Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy T,
And it's your boy D.
And this your boy Jay.
and this is Unquoted, guys, your number one source for pop culture commentary. Let's go. Okay, guys, so today's topic we're talking about is the Emmys, essentially the all black Emmys. So basically, what we're talking about today, guys, is I don't know if you guys have seen it. There's a clip online where it's Jimmy Fallon and Anthony Anderson kind of going back, kind of doing some inner dialogue before the Emmys had started about black people and about race and about just kind of like everything going on. And it's just very, very cheesy. So what are you guys' thoughts on that?
Uh, my thoughts was like it was uncomfortable and cringy as fuck. Cause and also I think that's a Jimmy Kimmel and not Fallon though. But
Oh,
Kimmel looked
my
yeah.
apologies. I get them confused, man.
I know. So trust me. Like I have those same type of problems with never mind. But yeah, like Kimmel looked as if he didn't want to be there at all, like throughout that whole ordeal. Like he just looked so uncomfortable and just like, bruh, it's like I'm not even racist, fam. Why are you attacking me like this? Why are you yelling at me? Bruh, cut the footage, bruh.
Yeah, and just on top of that, Jimmy Kimmel did look very uncomfortable there on stage there. And he also, like, there were a couple of videos that were popping up, like, pretty recently of him, like, doing blackface, like, a while ago. So, like, he was under a lot of fire for that. So it's like, to put him in that situation where it's just very awkward and uncomfortable for him, like, I feel like that was just very forced for them to do that. And Anthony Anderson was just, like, kind of making, like, very corny, cheesy jokes. And then trying to add, like, race into the jokes and, like, make racial jokes and then say Black Lives Matter. So it was like, they kind of added some serious shit in there, and then some shit was just a joke, but it was just very forced. And I could see why Jimmy Kimmel probably felt very uncomfortable, even as a comedian, like, or a host, like, of his own TV show. Like, I could still see how he felt uncomfortable being in that position.
Yeah, I felt uncomfortable watching it. Because I think the thing that made it so uncomfortable was the fact that it was kind of like you see something in an adult film or something. It was like a cuckold thing where it's just like Anthony Anderson was like ordering like Jimmy Kimmel around, and then like Jimmy Kimmel was like, yes, okay, like yes, you're right, like black people, yes, and like
Exactly.
and like I don't know, it seems like yeah, it definitely seemed like Jimmy really didn't want to do it, and then like it was just so demeaning. Not only that, but I just think as someone who is black myself, like watching that did not make me feel justified, did not make me feel any better about anything that's going on. And it really just pushed a negative narrative that like every black person wants white people to bow down and wants them to obey us, and wants to do like the reverse slavery on that, like some weird stuff. And it's like we don't want any of that. I think
We
majority
don't
of
want to
people.
get even for slavery. We just want equality and to be on the same plane.
Exactly. We just want equality. And I think that it like stuff like that just sends such a bad message to people, and it makes people not even want to hear about why BML matters. And guys, when I'm talking about Black Lives Matter, I'm not talking about like
Hmm.
the organization. I'm not talking about like all that other crazy stuff. We're talking about generally, hey, black lives, if you're a black person, just respect our life like you respect everybody else. It's not about the organization, not about the protest, not about all that stuff. So when you hear us say BML, that's for just the general, hey, respect black lives. That's it.
That's true. And
It's
then
just
people like, and whenever they do things like that, it kind of muddies the like message a little bit
yeah.
because for a lot of people, all they see this is a angry black man, and they see nothing else besides that. So it's kind of like shooting yourself in the foot. No shout out Tory Lanez and Megan, but yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that, bro.
Damn.
Oh man, just the timing of that analogy.
Oof. Bad timing.
It was funny timing.
I know,
But yeah, that whole just watching that just was very uncomfortable, very forced, very unnecessary. Like they just could have just acted perfectly normal and then just added a Black Lives Matter message at the end of it, or like if you wanted to spend that whole 2 minutes up there just talking about the Black Lives Matter movement, that's fine as well. But they tried to mix in a little bit of everything and made it just awkward. They tried to mix in some serious shit with Black Lives Matter. mixing some corny jokes about racism, and just like reverse slavery, kind of like they gave off that kind of perception with it. So it was just very forced and unnecessary.
And like one of the annoying parts was that Anthony Anderson like spent like a good chunk of the time just talking shit about Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah,
yes.
he spent a good time like I'm like Jimmy ain't do
Trashing
nothing wrong, bro. Well, besides the whole blackface shit, but still,
Yeah.
but it was during that rant. It was like okay, he used them as a like stand-in for all white people, and it was like, you know what, I'm gonna just talk shit about you. I'm gonna just say, oh, stop white-splaining like stupid shit, and then you try to get him to like yell out Black Lives Matter, like black BLM louder and louder, and I was like, bro, like stop trying to force feed these people this stuff, bro, because that will only make them puke if you force feed, bro.
Exactly, and just doing that whole shit. If you're gonna have Jimmy Kimmel, if you want him to just apologize for like the shit he's done in the past on stage, okay, that's one thing. But then to just like trash him on stage in front of everybody, it's like, what good does that do anybody? That just makes Jimmy Kimmel look bad because you're trashing him right in front of everybody, and it makes the audience just look like, what the fuck, and go back to bashing Jimmy Kimmel. And Anthony Anderson is just there, just using all these forced jokes, and it was just so unnecessary.
Yeah, it was bad. It was
There was
like
nothing good that came out of it.
it was like some weird like fetish like sex play or something like that where Anthony Anderson like
You took it too far.
just had like it was just weird. It's like he just had like the whip, and like Jimmy Kimmel was like, yes, okay, yes.
Wow.
And I was like, bro, like, can we like just not do this at all? Like, not only that, but to me, they made it even more awkward. Just like, yes, the Emmys, a lot of people who were black won, and they all deserved to win it. Like Regina King, who did Watchmen. I don't know if you guys seen Watchmen.
I love that.
I'll be honest, I'm halfway on it. I'm not really in love with Watchmen. There's a couple of reasons why, but I'm not gonna get into it. Maybe if I do another review.
Another topic for another day.
Yeah, another topic for another day.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of people who, deserve to win it. And just like when they do all this extra stuff around, like just because you're black and you want it, they like take away from the Emmys. They take away the fact that like these people actually earned it. Because now it seems like it was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was forced. Like
Endering?
It was like they just got it just because they were black. It was like, no, they actually all had good performances. They were in good shows. They did good. But like when you do this weird like charade thing where it's yes, master, it's just too much.
Yeah, that also, like you just said, that takes away some of the shine from the people that actually won, that worked their ass off and won those awards fair and square. It takes away some of the shine from them because you're giving this forced ass message at the beginning of the whole show.
Yeah, what were you gonna say, D?
Nah, I was just saying I think people will keep trying to attack this with like high emotions and not really like thinking things through. Because somebody should have told them like, yo, this is not gonna really fly well. Yeah, it's just not gonna work. But Anthony Anderson, he even said that like he's been feeling some type of way, and I guess now's the time to let it all out. And I'm like, bruh, you shouldn't have done that, bruh.
And if you're gonna do that and you want to let it all out, have it just be serious the whole time. They tried to mix it in with like
jokes,
reverse slavery jokes. It's like you can't mix all of those together in like a 2 minutes quick speech. Like you gotta pick one and stick with it and go with that theme the whole time. You can't mix in a whole bunch of shit like that all together, because then it makes it awkward and uncomfortable for everybody.
Yeah, it was just way too much. I mean, obviously that speech was made by the marketing team. I don't think that's Anthony Anderson who made that.
Hell no.
Yeah. So that's definitely like planned on their part. But this is where pandering goes. Like like I said, I don't like getting into politics. I don't like getting into all this extreme stuff. But one thing I will say is that media right now is really extreme towards just like this. I don't know if you guys heard the term. It's called social justice warrior. No. It's basically like the extreme of society. So it's basically like, how people do the right thing, right? Mm-hmm. A social justice warrior takes things just way too extreme. They're like the extreme of everything. They make everything like too preachy. They make everything like they just make it kind of like corny. And I think that's the problem. I think they just took it to the extreme. Like to me, they could have done this whole routine where they just talk about, hey, we just have a bunch of great nominees, make one or two jokes. by the way, we support Black Lives Matter, the movement of people, not the organization, but the movement. That's all they had to say.
Exactly. Just make it serious and just show you actually care and you support the movement. Like if you're gonna mention anything about it, just have it be serious the whole time and show that you actually give a fuck and you support the movement and you're about it. Like you don't mix in a bunch of jokes and have Jimmy Kimmel looking stupid up there.
He was looking crazy. But do you guys have any closing thoughts?
Yo, the BLM movement is going about things the wrong way. It's too forced and too pandering, and that will actually like turn people away from the movement.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that was just one bad example of the pandering that you see here and there. But I still think everybody is like fully outraged about the situation, and as they should be. So people should be they are going to react in certain ways, and sometimes it's going to come off a little bit bad. But their marketing team, whoever gave that script to Anthony Anderson, did a horrific job. They need to be fired. It was that bad.
Damn, so you gonna ruin the whole man's life like that, bro? That's crazy.
No, the marketing team that gave the script for Anthony Anderson, whoever that was.
I'm talking about them.
They need to be fired.
They probably got families, kids.
They need to be put on the hot seat, if not fired.
Yeah, put them on the hot seat. Like, damn, son. Ruin their whole livelihood. It's crazy.
All right, put him on the hot seat.
No, I say, hey, man.
That might be a little bit too much to fire him off of that.
Sometimes you have to learn your lessons in life, guys. So I think they deserve to take the L on this one because it was just so overboard. And like I said, I'm not going to say, because this is, just because they say that they support the BML movement, that doesn't mean they're sponsored by them. Because you have to think, these corporations, what they do is they see what's popular, and then they're just like, all right, we need more views. We need people to support it. So what they do, they latch on to something they see that's popular. Right now, BMM is what's popular. It's just kind of like, remember how, I think it was like a year or two ago, where it's like the LGBT stuff was really popular. So then the corporations grabbed onto that. So like, you can't really blame just like the BML people or anything else because it's a corporation. Corporations use this to their benefit.
Yeah,
that's true.
Corporations might use that to their benefit, but I don't blame them for wanting to support the movement, whether it's the LGBTQ movement or the Black Lives Matter movement. Movements like that need support behind them, and I respect anyone who does support it. Just don't embarrass it like that skit we just saw, or that quick speech. Like, just don't take it out of context.
That debacle.
Yeah, that was just a tragedy.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about it is that when these corporations support, most times it's not because they support it, it's just because they want to make money. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying right now. It's because I realize they want to make money. Because if they really cared that much about it, they would have supported it before us having to say it.
These corporations are always
always.
Their end goal is about that dollar bill. Like, right.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it because it's like, would you want to run an unsuccessful business that makes no money?
Nope.
No. So, I mean, it is what it is. But this has been your boy T.
This has been your boy D.
This has been your boy J.
And we are out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys.